Celebrating others' success will not delay yours, but it's totally true that people who work less than you do will succeed faster because they take action. Hello, I'm Laura, and I'm here in this video to show you that you don't need to be the prettiest one, the smartest one, or the most talented one in the room in order to be the first one who succeeds in there. Here's the thing about people who succeed first. They take action before they are ready. You keep waiting for the right time, for the right moment, after I graduate, after I make a family, and so on and so forth. After I finish that exam, after I break up with my long distant partner. It's something that you keep postponing. You keep postponing something that's maybe your dream, something that's maybe your purpose, your career. You keep postponing something that you want yourself to do. And then it becomes a chore. That's what happens there in your brain. It becomes something you're forced to do. And you don't do it for the pleasure of it anymore. You don't do it for the fun of it. You don't do it just because you're good at it. You do it because it is your punishment for not doing it just yet. I am in the middle of the night. They are ready to take the first step towards their dream career. You are not. You're gonna go back to bed. This is something metaphorical, obviously, but if you're not ready to take steps right in the most uncomfortable moments, I'm sorry, but you need to start doing that. Someone who succeeded before you, but they have less of a privilege than you do and less talent than you do, didn't follow any rules. You might be stuck trying to find this rule book that is nowhere to be found, and they just did it without anyone's consent. That's the fun stuff. You have this path that you don't have to follow, you just find. And you keep trying to find these rules. Let's say two people try to get into architecture. Someone draws extremely good, and someone is terrible at drawing. And then do you think that the person who draws really good will just all of a sudden start drawing super, super badly because the one person who doesn't know how to draw is not at their level? No. They're gonna use that ability because they have the privilege, they have the talent, and they have an advantage in front of someone who has the exact same dream. So why do you try to get to the level of the people who are a little bit beneath you? When you don't have any rules, you are literally free to create. That's also another problem. We don't know how to create anymore because we consume so much. And so use your ability to create in order to do greater things than the people who want the exact same thing as you do. Here's another secret about these people who succeed fast. It's not really about what they do. It's the fact that they acknowledge the level they're at and they don't take everything for granted. They know that maybe they didn't work as hard for something than someone else did. But the important thing is that they got to the results they wanted. And that teaches them a lot of things. One of the things is that they shouldn't take it all for granted. Again, someone else worked harder than them. The thing about them is that they know that. They realize that there are people out there who work way harder than them, but still do not succeed. They know that in their field, they are maybe a powerful person, but they also know that someone out there can replace them. So that's a winner mindset. You are basically replaceable and you need to stay on top. It's really easy to get on top compared to how hard it is to stay on top. A piece of advice I like to give you is to stop waiting to be ready and to shoot bigger, because you might just be playing small. You might be playing it small because you see all of these people around you achieve wonderful and absolutely great things. And obviously, you are not at the level of being your idol overnight or reaching their potential overnight. You have to work for it. But try shooting bigger, because let's say you have this crazy goal and you divide it into 10 steps. And each step takes like half a year, and your goal is basically reached in the fifth year. But let's say you played bigger. You don't play it as safe. You have to take risks. You own the fact that you took risks. And you're gonna divide it into 5 smaller goals. Your big goal, you know. And then, of course, maybe the first goal is going to take 1 year. The first milestone, you'll reach it in 1 year. But then the second one in 8 months, and 6 months, and 2 months. And that's the way you just get to where you wanted to get faster, but you actually truly learn. You learn a lot of stuff. Here's an example. I tried to register to a national poem competition. My first language is not English, so I wrote a poem in my language. And they didn't even send me a feedback. They didn't select it for anything. We had like 10 prizes and I didn't get any of them. And then like 2 months later, I found an international poetry competition. And I remembered I also have a few poems in English because that's something I also like to do in my free time, write in English. And so I sent one, not expecting anything. And like half a month later, I hear from them and they're telling me I've been selected to be in their magazine. Oh wow, I was very impressed, but mostly because I didn't have expectations. Having expectations and not reaching them obviously will teach you how to fail, but it will also disappoint you and it might just be a setback for you. You need to understand that if you work, you will not always get results. You will not always reach the level you want to reach, but that should teach you that you don't have to give up and you have to fight even more for your dream, for your purpose, and you know you belong somewhere to the top, somewhere over the level that's over the level of the people who succeeded and you know are weaker or less powerful than you are. You have so much power over your life. You are actually maybe the only one who has full control over their life. So don't throw that out the window. Lastly, I want to tell you that you're worthy of being at the top. I know you are willing to work for it. I know you are willing to get and put in your best. And I know you will actually succeed. How do I know that? Because you clicked on this video, you watched till the end, and you already have all the skills you need to have. You just need to use them to their maximum potential, use all the privileges that you have, and just try. Try before you're ready. That was it for today. I'm hoping I actually really helped you a little bit and I cleared a few things on why do people actually get at the top before you. So keep in mind that you can go there too. Bye bye.